Hey adventure, welcome to the book quest, and this is like my 30th video introduction I think I'm making, because I am using a mic with this video and it's a little bit different setup from my usual web design videos. I'm trying to use two different locations or experimenting with them. So I hope my mic is working at the moment, but it's been a bit, tough, but anyway, book quest it is. And today I want to talk about how I joined the 52 book club challenge this year and how it helped me to actually stick to reading books. And well, honestly, I recommend joining a challenge. Well, basically any challenge when you want to start something. For example, if you want to start going to the gym, joining a challenge is just a good idea, because it's something that can help you stick to the process, so to say. But reading books, so I like to read books when I was younger. By younger, I mean basically in school. And then I stopped, to be honest. I sometimes might have read a book, but I don't know, could be book a year. And so last year in the autumn, I I started watching book talk videos, and I started watching YouTube books. No, YouTube. No, book YouTube book. Okay, I'm not sure the proper name, like a book talk, booktube. It's a booktube. Oh my god, it's a booktube. And I read 10 books last year. To be honest, I read a bit more, but they weren't like proper reads, I would say. So officially it's 10 books. And then I wanted to really commit to it, to really start reading. And a friend of mine showed me the 52 book challenge club, and I decided to join. And it's been a blast so far, to be honest. I don't know, do we talk about book challenges that way? It's been a blast, so amazing, but seriously. And so far I'm on book 37 out of 52, and to be honest, I hope I can read a little bit more. It's not like I don't want to be super rough on myself about that. I don't want to be like, oh, I read 300 books this year, because I think every book is a journey. It's an adventure of its own, and it's fun to go into that world. I guess that's how I read books. I'm not sure if it's weird or not. But recently I joined Fable because I used to track my progress on Goodreads, which I really liked. It's really simple. But I joined Fable and I love it so far. The UI is amazing. But the thing about Fable, and it has this thing called stats. I will actually put it up somewhere here on the right hand of the screen, but I realized that, while I joined the challenge, right, I tried to put different authors there in a way to read different writing styles, different perspective. But I realized that most read authors for me, so most read authors section, is Sarah J. Maas and the ACOTAR series, because there are 5 books at the moment, and I read all 5. And that was the most read, I guess, book series for me. And thing is, I'm not a fan of ACOTAR. I'm not. It's not really a book series for me, and obviously if you like it, it's wonderful. I think there are so many different genres, so many different writing styles and authors, and I think us all liking different things, it's amazing. It just shows how unique and different we are. But yeah, I got a little bit upset, I guess, by that, that it's the most read author for me, because I want to suddenly read some other author and have, a different author in that box, like of the most read. So actually, this year I discovered T. Kingfisher for myself, and right now my 37th book is Thornhedge. I was really excited to read it. And before, I think in April, I've read Nettle and Bone, and I wasn't sure what I would feel after reading that book, but it's been one of the best books I've read this year, probably ever. I love the author, so right now I think this year I will try to make T. Kingfisher the most read author for myself. And so far, I've been reading about, well, on average, I guess. Again, I guess Fable would have the stats, but I would say, wait, I can, use division, right? 37 divided by 6, correct? Wouldn't it be like 6? Yes. I think about 6 books a month. And April has been my best month this year. Sometimes a book, again, because it's a challenge, right? So I will link it in the description, or I will link I'll link to the challenge. Also, it's unpaid for myself. Again, perhaps you see a really small YouTuber, so it's not, I don't get anything from that. But I think the challenge is pretty cool, and I'm actually reading books. But I think because there are different prompts in the challenge, and you choose books based on the prompts and your interests, and you can, which is a wonderful thing, you can take a prompt and whatever you feel fits it, you can fit the book that way. At least that's how I did it. I wasn't too strict with myself because, again, I remember back in school when we had a list of books to read in the summer, and that was pretty strict, and I didn't want to put myself in a box. And I think actually so far, even this 52 book challenge list, I updated it at least, I think, 5 times. So I've been adding, removing books depending on what I saw on or was adding to my TBR, what kind of videos I saw. And sometimes, now finally circling back to my original point, it's pretty rough to read the book, or not rough, but the book might not be exactly what you expected, or you might not enjoy it that much. And you would want to DNF it, which is okay as well. But I had only one book I really wanted to DNF this year, but it was a buddy read, so I was reading it with my friend, and I couldn't DNF it. I stayed in there, I powered through. It was a 700 page book, or 750, and it was something, but I powered through. And some books just send me into a little bit of a reading slump, also with things going on in the world, obviously. Sometimes reading just doesn't work, and perhaps something that you read might affect you even more because of certain triggers and things that affect you. But sometimes, which I think is a wonderful thing as well, you can use books as escapism, and I think a lot of people do that. It works for me, actually, recently. Again, bringing up the Thornhedge, it feels really good to just dive into a different world and just imagine that you spectate something unfolding. And mostly I prefer reading some warm-hearted books, I guess, romances. I don't really like reading dark stuff, although dark romance is okay every now and then. Of course, I always read the triggers. Again, if you circle back to ACOTAR, I remember before started, I think it was the first books we started reading this year. Again, I was reading ACOTAR with my friend, and I think all the videos I saw on Book Talk about ACOTAR, nothing prepared me for the way the plot was rolling, because I expected it to be some sort of romance, some sort of love story, and it wasn't. Okay, I guess it was, alright. I have my own opinions about ACOTAR, alright, and the healthiness of relationships there, let's just say. But a lot of the plot, at least in the first book, actually had a lot of triggers for me, and I didn't read the trigger warnings because I didn't expect them to be there in a way, if that makes sense. So, I expected to have some romance, some fairies, perhaps some rough stuff happening, but I didn't really expect things to go that, in my opinion, dark. I understand that it's not considered dark romance or dark romantasy or anything like that. I'm actually not sure if there are such things as dark romantasies, but I do think that a lot of the books have, the ACOTAR series has plot points that sort of go, dark. I just keep repeating myself here, I feel like. But anyway, so why do I recommend for you to join a challenge if you want to start reading? Is because it's something that can keep you on track, and in a way, it's much easier and much more interesting to start something, especially when there is a community already. So, first of all, you are not alone doing it. Even if you were, you have a list of things to go through, and it's just interesting because sometimes there are books you might not have read otherwise. For example, I really like reading romance. I guess, as I already said, I like reading mystery, self-development. With romance, romantasies are good, but I really like shifter romance, for example. And frankly, I could read 10 shifter books in a month. But at some point, at least for myself, I feel a bit, maybe bored. I need to sprinkle those books a little bit all around the year, but I would want to still read something in between. So to change the pace, to change the writing, change the plot, perhaps cry a little. For example, over the weekend, yesterday, I finished The Wedding People. And oh my god, I don't know if I would have read that book without the challenge, because again, in order to fill the prompts right, you should research books. And for example, my TBR is quite long, but I had to actually look through books, see what I would be more interested in, and put it on the list. And that book, I don't know, it made me laugh, made me cry in the end, actually, as well. It was just so wholesome. I don't know, it's just this kind of experiences that I guess I want to say that if you are looking for that kind of journey or adventure as reading books, I think books can deliver. And of course, it depends on what kind of books you like and what kind of things you like. But for me, at least, I don't know, it's, again, circling back to The Wedding People, it was one of those, just those books that you read and, I don't know, you live a little life, and perhaps the book even heals something in you, if that makes sense. Or yeah, I don't know. I might start crying again, but that's not what this video about. This video is not even a review of particular books, but I feel like I sort of delved into certain topics. But yes, that's what a challenge, 52 book challenge this year is for me, and that's what it's about. And I would recommend joining this kind of challenge if you want to start reading. Really. Not lying. Yeah. Alright. I'm a bit hungry right now, so again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next.